If you pay attention to the 8 things that I'm about to tell you in this video, I promise you there's a high chance that you will end this bull run very, very profitable. What's up guys, Amar here. So, first of all, this will be a massive, big ass video, so pay attention. Do not have the attention span of a 6-year-old for once. Pay attention, stay stuck to your laptop or your phone or whatever the fuck you're listening on, and listen to my stupid voice for an hour or 30 minutes or whatever. As long as it takes, because I do feel that this video will help you tremendously if you watch it till the end. Now, before I start, I do not like to ask it, but I'm almost at 500 subscribers, which in my opinion for me is a milestone. I never really expected to pick up again on YouTube, but I actually really like to provide you guys with real information because somebody has to do the good fucking work. So I would ask you guys to please leave a like and a subscribe. I will highly appreciate it. It will be very motivating as well to see the 500 subscribers. Now, let's just get into it. First of all, I'll quickly start with some updates on how I see Bitcoin. And then I'll get into the ways, not the ways necessarily, but I'll get into the indicators, I would say, that you will have to pay attention to this cycle to take your profits out of the market. If you do it or not, guess what? I don't really care. I don't care at all. But I hope you do. I genuinely hope you do. Because guess what? For some of you, you will make life-changing profits. And I really fucking hope that you take them. If you don't, I don't care. It's your own fault. I will take my fucking profits out. I promise you. But I hope so that you will too. Now let's just fucking get into it. Because again, this might become a long video. I don't want to bore you guys, but and I know I'm not the best YouTuber, but somebody has to give you guys the right information and the right things to pay attention to without asking money, right? Because all of these gurus here on Instagram and YouTube or whatever try to lead you to their private community. For me, I don't really care if you join or not. I know people inside my private community will win. However, I will make sure that the public wins as well at no cost at all. I just want everybody to win. Do I care eventually? No. I hope you take your profits, but I need you guys to win. Now, let's just fucking get into it. Bitcoin hit it 100K and that's amazing. Now, do I expect a retest or not? A lot of people are asking me that, and the answer is yes. I still do expect Bitcoin to crash. Why? Let's go back into history. So if we look at Bitcoin, ever since it broke all-time high here in the last cycle, we had a crash. We had a second crash, and we had a third crash, bear market. So remember, 1, 2, 3. Count it on your fingers if you're too dumb. 3 crashes. Let's go to the other bull market in 2017. We break all-time high here. We have 1, 2, 3 crashes, upside momentum, bear market. So, is there a pattern here? Yeah, I fucking think so. 3 crashes in the bull market, and then the bear market starts. 3 crashes in the bull market, and then the bear market starts. And guess what? Gonna happen most likely in this one as well. Now, you have to know that so far, if you look back on my YouTube, I've been right for most of the times about this whole complete cycle, even from the bear market on. I was completely right. I also caught the exact bottom at 17K, even though I called it already at 15.5K. I did buy my first full Bitcoins at $17,000 and then just enjoyed the ride ever since. So we have to slightly now pay attention to where we're gonna take profits, right? Now, first, before I get into taking the profits, let's talk about the short-term perspective. What would I like to see in Bitcoin is, first of all, ranging. Why would I like to see price range? For one simple reason, alts will pump. I'll write it down for you so you're not distracted by something else. You have it right here. Look at your fucking screen. You have it right here in front of you. Write it down. Ranging for Bitcoin, like we did here, will pump our altcoins. It's very healthy for Bitcoin to range for a little while. Now, once Bitcoin does fall below this level, why did I place my level from here to here? Because structural levels change. If we would have fell below this level here of 91K, instead of pumping higher, this will have remained our structural zone. But as we climbed higher, we formed a new structural zone, which we now have to pay attention to. It's simple technical analysis. Now, let's say we do fall below this level, retest and reject, we could see a big dump incoming. Now, one of my targets is $78,000 to $80,000, which is around here. Why? Because of the CME futures chart. I already explained this on my Instagram as well, on my YouTube before. So if you didn't see it yet, make sure to check out my YouTube channel. Again, I'm not the best YouTuber, but just fucking watch it. It will save you. Believe me, my videos will save you at the end of this fucking bull market. They really will. Now, anyway, if we go back to the chart, I do expect a decline to incoming for Bitcoin. History so far, and this is what you have to know, guys. So far, I've always based myself on history. So, update is done. Yes, I do expect a dump to be incoming. If we do not dump immediately, fair enough, we'll climb a little bit higher. Eventually, price will dump and make a correction. It's as simple as that. And the higher we go, likely the deeper the correction will be. Before I get into history, you have to know that this correction is not a correction that you want to sell in fear, that if we are going down, that you're like, oh fuck, I should sell. No. This first correction is never the correction that you want to sell. The same here in the past. The first correction is not the one that you want to sell. Even though it's a painful one, you do not want to sell it. You want to use the downside momentum in advantage and buy more. Because so far, history has proven that the first crash always brings back recovery and pumps price a lot higher. And if you would have sold here, you would have missed out on a tremendous amount of profits. But even more importantly, if you watch here, if you would sell here at the first crash, you missed out on so much. Even here, you missed out on almost an extent even. So something to pay attention to. Now, do I say that you cannot take profits? No, you should. Over time, like here at 100K, take some profits out, sit a little bit on the sidelines, and you can still pump your cash back in later. Be a little bit patient. It's so important. Now, first, let me sip off my apple soda. So good. Now let's just continue, and what really matters is when to take fucking profit, guys. Now, remember, before I start, I'm messing with you guys a little bit, right? But here, 95K is key level. If we for now fall under 95K, I would be considering being short-term bearish and expect a retest to the downside. It's as simple as that. Now, let's start with what really matters, and that's paying attention to when to take profits. What are the indicators to take profits? Now, first of all, I'll start with Bitcoin itself. Bitcoin and its history, because that's so far how I played the whole fucking bull market. Just played this whole fucking bull market based on history. This chart is so simple, but yet it aligns perfectly. So, here to here, even though it doesn't matter 396 days, here this is very likely the same, 365 days average. Here this should be 365 days as well. Boom. So, this is very alike with each other. I'm not gonna get into much detail. It will show itself what I mean. 547 days. Here to here, 517 days. Again, a 30-day time frame change. Then here, boom, 517 days. So same. Everything so far the same. There's a pattern here, right? Boom. Then we see the bull market. From the purple, as soon as we enter the green, to the end of the green, I call this the bull market phase, the bull phase. Now, here we have the same, 518 days. Then we have here, 549 days. Again, 30-day time frame difference. And this is here to be estimated based on history, roughly the same. 579 days, it could be 549 days. But in between this estimation, it should be roughly the same for Bitcoin. So, if we look back on history, guys, it kind of shows that there's a pattern here. And as soon as we enter the green zone, we usually have let's give it a range of 530 days of bullish momentum within the green zone before price starts a bear market again and enters in a red zone. So that's already a first pattern. So far, we are, if we look from the gray zone on, 214 days in. I should actually put it one further. 244 days in, so that means that we still have, in theory, around 300x days left in this bull market, which I do believe, if history repeats itself. It's always a question. If, for me, this whole pattern here, this whole purple zone was a gamble. Anticipating on the past what the bottom would be of $15,000 was a gamble. And so far it played out well based on history. History so far has been quite accurate, and I like to trust history. So history doesn't always repeat, but it often very rhymes. Now, another indicator is USDT dominance. Again, I already gave this chart. But more importantly is that I do think that this current cycle will be a little bit different, but let me explain to you. So I already explained this actually before, but before we get into it, simple detail: USDT dominance up equals BTC down, and the market as well down. USDT dominance down equals Bitcoin up. It's as simple as that, guys. You can go fact check it if you do not believe me. It's as simple as that, but I think you know that I'm right. So we have always here at a 55% decline, and that was the top of the bull market. Yeah, the top of the bull market, and then a bear market started. So 55% decline was the full bull market of Bitcoin. Then here the same, and here this current momentum as well. Boom, then Bitcoin found the current top. If we look back on the charts, which was then here roughly. And now we are just climbing up again to the downside, expecting another 55% drop. So this current 55% drop, which so far is already declining with 43%, is very interesting. If we, on this historical pattern based, drop with another 55%, this could mean that once USDT dominance reaches around 3%, that the top for Bitcoin might be in. Now, that doesn't mean that along the way, before USDT dominance reaches this level, that we could not see some upside momentum. Of course it means that. We could still hold support here and climb a little bit higher for USDT dominance. We could climb to here, we could climb to here, before falling lower back towards this historical 55% zone. Why is that? Because this will give corrections to Bitcoin along the way. It's as simple as that, guys. Once USDT dominance sees some upside momentum, you have to expect that Bitcoin and the rest of the fucking market will collapse. It's as simple as that. It's based out of history. So far, indicators, oops, it's very bad written. Indicators to pay attention to BTC history. USDT history 55% declines, but there is more. Let me copy paste this because I'm gonna leave this open. God damn it. There we go. Now, before I continue with the rest for Bitcoin, let's talk about altcoins, because altcoins also have their pattern and indicators to pay attention to. The biggest indicator for me for altcoins will be the historical lows of Bitcoin dominance. Again, guys, I already explained this. I've already explained everything. I already explained everything you need to fucking know to make this bull market, but yet, because your attention span is not higher than that of my puppy, you forget. And my biggest suggestion, by the way, if you're someone who easily forgets, is to write things down, guys. It's as simple as that. Write things down. Journal them. Journal how the market is going, how things are behaving, and why. Which things are right, which things are wrong. And that's how you learn to better understand the market and at least get a grasp of how the market is looking like. This Thai apple soda is really fucking good. Highly recommended to come to Thailand just for the apple soda. Now, Bitcoin dominance, for me, the most important thing here is the historical lows. A lot of people would assume, as this is a structural zone and would be considered a strong support zone, that we will hold support here, but we will very likely slide through this like butter and just fall back towards the historical lows, which will indicate that altcoins are finding their top. Once altcoins here found their first top here, and their historical low in May, if you go back to the last bull market, 95% of the altcoins stopped out between April and May, which is exactly where this wick is. Then yes, we continue to head a little bit higher and back lower, but guess what altcoins did? For example, if we look at Rune. Rune is a perfect example of this. So where we have Rune, to the weekly. So Rune here made a stop in May, April, May. It went down. When it went down, that meant that Bitcoin dominance was going back up. But then what did Rune do? Only make a lower high and started a bear market. And what did Bitcoin dominance do? Is just retest the historical lows. Yes, which gave some extra gains, but many people thought that alts would still make newer highs, which I doubted. And the historical lows were right. The first hit, boom, and most of the altcoins started to top. So that's something to pay attention to as well. Very important, guys, very important. Do not ignore what history is showing you. BTCD, historical lows. It's as simple as that. These are already 3 things that you really just have to keep in mind. And they will save your little ass. They really fucking will. Now, there is a lot more. Let's go to total. Why do I want to go to total? Very simple. Because it reminds me of the Wall Street cheat sheet journal. However, I do obviously prefer my own because it makes more sense. But for the people who are interested in this chart, you have to know that I made this chart back in the anger or depression phase. This is on my Instagram, by the way. You can go find this. I made these fucking charts super early. And so far, everything has been spot on correct. Spot on correct. I've explained in detail why this was a hope phase, because many people here had the hopes that we will break the all-time highs and continue higher, despite not everybody believing it yet. We did have a lot of hope. Now we're getting very optimistic, but then it becomes the dangerous zones. The dangerous zones are belief, thrill, and euphoria, and in my opinion, once we near these zones, you should start to scale out. It's as simple as that. You really should start to scale out. Belief is okay. You can hold on a little bit to belief, but once we get to thrill and euphoria, get the fuck out. I will obviously keep on updating you guys, but I will not remake this video because this will be quite a long video. I do not like to make long videos. You motherfuckers probably will not even watch this whole video, even though you fucking should. You really should, because this will make a difference for you the whole fucking bull market, but it's up to you. I don't care. I just hope you to win, but if you do not win, it's your fault. Now, thrill and euphoria phase, again, most important ones to pay attention to. Why? Because it basically say, I will buy more on margin. Gotta tell everybody to buy. This is where I do expect that Bitcoin dominance will reach this point right here. And from there on, we'll just collapse through it, which will bring us, I will get back into that in a second. Then that will bring us to the euphoria and everybody gonna be quote unquote rich. This is where you're gonna see dropship gurus and fitness gurus become crypto experts. And that's when the market will collapse. This is also where you will see all the Dutch influencers. Why do I say Dutch influencers? Because I'm Belgian myself. Dutch influencers, they have played a big role so far in indicating the top of the Bitcoin, not from the Bitcoin market, but from the whole crypto cycle. So that's something to pay attention to once you see the influencers and stuff come back. Thrill and euphoria phase is most likely the phase that they will enter. Now, there's obviously more, is the fear and greed. Do I really pay attention to the fear and greed? Nah, it's a little bit of a lie. It's just to extend this video. It's to keep you away from the good. But overall, the extreme greed is as well an important thing, is just to really be attentive. Because in the bull market, at the top of a bull market, we will enter these 90 zones. 90, 95, or 99 even. There will be so much greed. So many people, again, and this will equal the euphoria and thrill phase. Everybody will scream, we're rich. Everybody is FOMOing in. And this is when I leave the markets. When I see too much greed going on, like what we slightly have right now already, I would say, I like to leave the markets. I like to be like, you know what, something doesn't seem right here. Now, the only reason why I'm not leaving the markets just yet is because altcoins haven't done nothing yet. This was just a warm-up, guys. Believe me, this was just a fucking warm-up. What we saw now in the altcoins, pure warm-up. Prepare yourself. It will be fun. Most people think like an X3, 4. Bro, this is a bull market. Do not forget. Altcoins from a few $100 million market caps, like $100 million market cap, 200 million, will fly to a few billion. Altcoins with a few million in market cap, like 50 million, will probably also fly to a billion. A lot of things will look very good, but extreme greed will play a very, very big factor. Now, let's get into the real good stuff. Let me write this down here as well. BTC, fear and greed. Now, let me write down what you're gonna have to pay attention to as well is BTC Pi cycle indicator. And now most of you likely are like, what the fuck is this? I don't know what the Pi cycle indicator is. Well, guess what? I'm gonna fucking explain it to you. Don't fucking worry. Let's just talk about it. Pi cycle top indicator. Guys, this one is so far, in my opinion, the most accurate one in total sentence. In very total sentence, this is by far the most accurate indicator that I've come across. Now, I've been following this indicator since the last bull market. And what's interesting here is that it's not very difficult. You just have to pay attention to some things. And those things are when the green line and the orange line start to cross, this is where you get the fuck out. Now, if we look here, boom. And what happened shortly after bear market. Whoops. Let me refresh this. By the way, for people who want to find this indicator, you can just find it at Bitcoin Pro magazine. Just press in Bitcoin Pi cycle top indicator, and you will just find this. There's so much information out there, but you're not paying attention because you're too dumb, you're too lazy. You don't want to make money. We have to do the hard work for you. I have to do the fucking hard work for you. But don't worry, I got you, Habibi, I got you. So, this has been accurate on 3 days. This one here has been accurate on 3 fucking days. As soon as the yellow, or the green and the yellow, or the yellow and the green, no matter how you see it, cross each other, it means that the Bitcoin top is in and price will start to reverse. This has been accurate so far on 3 days. In 3 days difference, that's it. If you look here, same thing happened. Here, all the way back in, 2013? 2013 top, boom, crash. Here, same, 2014 top, boom, crash. So this indicator really works and is accurate on 3 days. So accuracy, 3 days, more or less. Do not kill me if it's 5 days or 10 days, all right? Do not kill me. But this one, by far, is my most favorite indicator and one that I will highly pay attention to in confluence with my historical patterns. That's it. That is the only thing that I will likely pay attention to. Now, another one. Let me write it down already, because all these fucking names, god damn it, is the Pure Multiply, yeah. And again, you can find this as well, just on the same Bitcoin Magazine Pro. You can just find this. Just boom, Google this name and you'll come across it. Now this indicator is very easy. It's as soon as we hit the red zone, we are likely nearing a top. So what we can see here roughly, is always when this zone got hit, we found a top. Now what can we see is that so far, even though we are at 100 and something K, we are not near to that red zone just yet. But once this red zone in historical perspective hits, boom, hit, boom, hit, boom, hit, we tend to collapse to the downside. Is this a very accurate one? Not really. One fully trusted, but I would highly use it as an indicator. Because as you can see here, we entered the red, but we still climbed higher. We entered the red, still climbed higher. Entered the red, touched the red a few times, dropped down, then went back in it. So here that we just touched it and we collapsed to the downside. So it's not a fully accurate one. I prefer the pi cycle top indicator. This is probably by far my most favorite one, but it's one to pay attention to. It's definitely one to pay attention to. Now, there are more. I'm not done yet. Habibti, I know. This is a 25-minute video already. I'm tired of talking as well, but I guess what? I just need to give you guys this information. I have to. I feel obligated because I want you guys to win. It's a beautiful thing about me. In my opinion, at least. I don't want to brag about myself, but I want you guys to win. My heart is on the right place for everybody of you. I genuinely want you guys to make millions. Even though it will not be possible for most of you, like me. But I want you guys to at least hit 1 million, or if not 1,500,000, 600,000, but something that can at least change your life in a little bits, in a little way. Because it will make you so much of a better person if you do not fuck it up. Because guess what? It's not only about making money, guys. It's also about your financial literacy, your mindset, how you think, what you buy, what you're gonna do with your profits. All of that matters. So please pay attention to yourself. Let's continue. I had to take a sip of my apple soda, but let's continue. This apple soda is really good. Really, come to Thailand, you'll see. Now, Bitcoin investor tool, the 2-year MA multiplier. So again, a very, very long, fancy name, but overall, it's a quite easy one. Is it fully correct? Not really. I will not base myself on this fully, like I will do with the pi cycle. But it's quite interesting one, because as soon as we hit above or around this red zone, this red line, it likely means that the price of Bitcoin is finding a top. So what happened here is that we broke above it slightly, and then crashed back below. So all this above here, I know it's not very accurate, but it gives you an indication of, okay, there's something going on here. The same here happened when we hit it towards the 20k level. We broke slightly above it, ranged a bit, and boom, crashed. Last bull market we just hit it and we crashed to the downside basically. And now this bull market, I expect us to maybe close a little bit above it, not like this one. I would say that this bull market, despite being a fully correct historical bull market, history doesn't lie. Again, let me go back to the past quickly before I continue. History doesn't lie, because I see a lot of people say that this last bull market was different. In historical perspective, Bitcoin just followed its pattern. Despite this weird double top all-time high, or whatever you would say, or slightly higher all-time high, overall Bitcoin respected its historical pattern. And altcoins did the same. They did respect their historical behavior. So that means something. But altcoin behavior we'll get into another video. I don't want to break your guys' mind. But I would pay attention as well to the Bitcoin 2-year multiplier. As soon as we hit around this red line here, and if we close above the low or climb above the little bit, great. Then know that everything above this red line, if we would climb higher, which is then probably towards the $250,000, which I highly doubt, but again, who am I to predict? But once we hit around here or above, just know that you should consider taking your profits out of the market. Alright guys, I think that's about it for this video. Again, let me go back to, where was it? My former chart. Pay attention to all these indicators, guys. Take a screenshot, write it down, crave it in your wall, do whatever the fuck you want. But make sure that you do not forget this. The most important ones for me, that I will pay attention to. And why will I pay attention to them? Because so far they helped me the best of all. Is Bitcoin history, USDT dominance history, Bitcoin dominance historical lows, fear and greed I don't really care about, but hey, why not? And the Bitcoin Pi cycle indicator. Alright guys, that's it for this video. It's a 30-minute video. I hope you genuinely watched it till the end, my nigga. Because if you didn't, then I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't even know if you really want to win or not. But again, that's up to you. Alright guys, see you in the next video.